Well, g'day, I am Owen and we are in a game. Now we have Y versus Aquila, or Aquila. Not too sure how they want to say that. And we are just checking out the opening basic beginning of a Age of Empires 4 game. We got the scout out and about. He's just stopping to say g'day to the sheep, sending him back. So this channel, and this is the first cast I am doing. And just so you know, this is not going to be high level Age of Empires. And just remember, if you are watching this, I'm doing the casting, I'm doing the observing, and everything else in the background as well. But if you are interested in having a game cast, send me an email. Send me the replay before they do another patch so I can run it up. But try not to make it one where you've absolutely smashed one of your friends and you just want to publicly shame them. I really like good games. But for a lot of us who are community players, we're never going to be up in that top echelon of RTS. But we enjoy the game. And this is what I want to bring. I want to bring the fun back into some of these. You won't, if you're here for the meta and your build orders and your timings, well, this is not the place for you. If you're here to have a little bit of fun, enjoy a couple of games, then hang around and we will see what goes on in this particular game. So we got the Order of the Dragon and the Knights Templar, some of the newer civilizations that have come out since Age of Empires 4 has been released. And I will say that I really do enjoy Age of Empires 4. Now, I played Age of Empires even before AoE 2 came out. So yes, I am a fairly veteran gamer, you might say. And I would also say I was #1 in the world at StarCraft, the original Brood War, at one point. Well, at least I was the #1 in the street. And that meant I was #1 in the world that I knew of until the internet started. And then I realised I did not play all that well. And having the time needed to dedicate yourself to becoming a high-end player, well, that's always going to be a struggle for many of us. Because, you know, even with that, I may not have the motor skills. Even with the time, I should say, I may not have the motor skills to be able to get to that level. But what we see here is a very early age up by Aquila, the Order of the Dragon player. Now this is something that I try to do myself and don't always manage it. And you're probably like me, you're managing the 4 different types of resources and you sometimes forget about the aging up. Now, even though I did say this will not be a channel where you're going to learn heaps about how to play, when you're looking at the replays, you get the 20/20 vision and we can see some of the mistakes these players will make and some of the good things that they are doing. And what I really do like about Y, our orange player, look at the sheep. Man, he's got many, many sheep. The way he's got that many sheep, he could start breeding them. But Y has already aged up as well. Now, so the Knights Templar, they do their age up inside of here. They just have to click something and that gives them a whatever advancement to the next age. They don't need to build a building, which, if you've ever played this, and I always play random, and people tell me I shouldn't, but I have fun that way. It took me one time 2 minutes to work out how I had to age up. But yeah, Knights Templar, they do it inside their town centre, which is pretty cool. Now, when we look at the stats up the top, Aquila is probably a little bit behind on resources, but mind you, got a bigger spread of resources coming in, whereas Y is really focusing in there on wood and food. So I'd suggest they're probably going for a few quick, sorry, got distracted there, a few quick units, maybe to put a little bit of early pressure on that Pilgrim. Well, he was getting attacked there by the wolf, but he managed to get away. Now, I don't know too much about these Pilgrims, so I want to see... that gave him 130 gold by going to that sacred site. That's pretty nifty. Now, White is able to do a good scout here. And at any level of Age of Empires, having a rough idea what your opponent may be up to can help you heaps. A second TC. Second town centre. Now, that's intriguing.
Ja, tue ich.
The scout's just hanging outside the town. Just thinking, well, do I want to go on in? That is very, very intriguing. We have more pilgrims heading over to our sacred site. That is where he shall be getting some gold, but now that scout could have turned around. Now, I don't know how well the pilgrims fight. Would have liked to have seen that. I think they just missed it. I toggle that fog of war. Got it on the wrong player. You may not have seen it. Now, he's probably seen that scout. It's just sitting outside, so you can see the scout. Let's go full screen view. Oh, what do we have going on here? Now, he is doing what I thought. So, he is going for this. What some people would say is a bit of a cheesy move. But building the battering rams just outside the base. And that will mean Aquila better have some defensive units up and running very quickly. So Aquila has more workers. More of these villagers. I was going to call them peasants, but that's a terrible term. Oh. Now the pilgrim, he's looked back. He's like, hey, buddy. This wolf's having a crack at me. The other pilgrim, he just gets to walk on by. Well, what was in the pocket of this pilgrim that he got attacked? But now we're going to keep an eye on up here, just seeing what is going on. I think this game could be over quickly now if you've ever been in this situation. Yeah, it's not real fun. Aquila is just about to find out, but he's also going to find out that there are some spearmen here for his horses and the battering rams are coming on in. That villager got away. Here we go. Now the villagers are coming over with their torches. They need to get on top of these battering rams, but they're followed up by these Knight Templar things. The Knights. And this, I believe, is going to be over very, very quickly. There's too much backup here, I think, for Y. And Aquila is trying to repair the TC, but you're going to need more than that because those battering rams are going to take that town centre down in no time, even though they are repairing that quickly. Can Aquila hold on? They've filled the town centre with villagers, and that is helping. And my goodness, Aquila is able to push a little bit back. The Knights are healing. This town centre might go down, but whether or not the second town centre does, that is going to be the critical thing. We have the Gilded Horsemen. Yeah, and that was a good move. Drag that pikemen in. Get these people into your main town center. Now, they can store 15 inside that one, and that will be lots of arrows. But is it still enough? Now, production is virtually halted for Aquila. That is going to put them under a tremendous amount of pressure. Now, even... Ooh, should they have hung there to just try and take out that battering ram? I don't know. But another ram's coming in. They're trying to snipe it. Just not enough. And they're sending in more of the knights. This is the last throw of the dice. The Vils have come out. They are going for those battering rams. We got two blokes here holding some wood. Turn around and throw some fire at those battering rams. Well, Aquila is putting up one heck of a fight here. Are they able to hold on before this game will be over? That healing of those knights is quite powerful, isn't it? As I say, I think we are seeing the last rites. Like, they're just standing there taking those arrows and then healing up and running on in. So... Oh, but all the battering rams are gone. Oh, and that knight was running past the TC and got taken out. But look, over here, building up again. Coming in from another side, they will. Now, there are no stables. Building up a ram out here. So there is no possibility to build production to get some army up and running. So unless Aquila is able to do something absolutely sensational, I don't think they'll survive this next attack. Look at the amount of knights. Two poor horsemen can't come in. Now, oh, they just smashed that house. Now, that house would have burnt down all by itself. But Y said, nope, not today. And just decided to finish it off with the battering ram. I think Aquila is giving up here. Oh, no, no. Run into the town centre. Possibly able to snipe. Oh, but those knights, they just came and the horses had to run away. Is this palace healing itself? Not much is coming off it. Well, I have to give it to Aquila in this particular game. Absolutely not giving up. But because this game went a bit quicker than I was anticipating, I think we will be up for another one after this. This is the first video on this particular channel. I do have another channel which I do true crime, but I'm just doing something a bit different because I enjoy real-time strategy games as well. So if you do like this sort of thing, and hopefully we'll get into some really absolute cracking games, well then give us a like and a subscribe and all that sort of stuff. It certainly does help. And if you do like true crime, go check out the pub test. But I think Aquila's people, I think they'll be looking for a pub shortly. They won't be too happy. Now for me, would I have given up by now? Possibly. Is that weak? Maybe. But the landmark is just about to go down, and then it is only the town centre to go. We've got... Yep. Oh, is that just... a mistake? Yeah, it was. I thought Y was deciding just to start taking out, for the fun of it, farms. But no, he has turned his attention now to the TC. But the villagers have come out. They are going to go after that battering ram, and it's not going to last. Y has to respond. And you watch, if he drags him away again, he is protecting that battering ram. He absolutely has to. But that town centre, it is going down. Oh, but the ram's going to go. He got it. Oh, nice work. It's definitely making Y work for this victory, that is for sure. Our focus is solely in this section of the map because this is where all the action is. Now, I will say... Oh, there we go. They GG'd. Good game. Well, let's have a quick look at stats, if I can, when we get into it. So when we look at timeline, yep, you can see that Y definitely took the lead not long after Feudal Age. Got that population count up, and that was pretty much game over. Anyway, let's go try and jump in and find another game. So welcome to the next game. We have Yo-Yo versus the French. I'm going to say the French. I don't know that at all. Let us go to caster mode and get into it. Now, this is King of the Hill. This is a fun map. And we've got some of the traditional civs. French versus English, which is quite a historical confrontation, we might say. But the critical thing with King of the Hill map is there is only this one sacred site. So if you can get up to Castle Age and get your monk, your priest, whatever it is, onto that and then defend the hill for 15 minutes, you win the game. So we'll see if that is the strategy for this, or if this is what we're doing with this one. Now, Yo-Yo being English, they are quickly going for houses and absolutely no wood at the moment, but food. Food is critical, and gold. So I think they'll go up to the fast age up and try and get to those longbows, which would be fairly advantageous, I would suggest, on this map, but we'll see. And I do like this quick expand here by the French, the teal French team. Getting the good food out there. Quickly going for gold as well. Oh, he snuck a sheep right from underneath the nose of Yo-Yo. He won't be too thrilled when he finds out about that if he watches the replay. But Yo-Yo is running around also now. Oh, misses that. Will he get that sheep down there? Let's see. Yep. Fix him up. Oh, and another one. Now, I'm surprised. Now, I know they can't do this, but why doesn't that wolf? Here's little Bludger here. Why doesn't he go after that sheep? I mean, that's a free feed running straight past him. I think there's too much more out here. I think that's all been picked up. And just checking real quick. It's fairly even, this game, at this point. I would give the advantage at the moment to the French only because of the goal count. Neither of them are really focusing in on timbers. They must think that they have enough timber. Is that going to be a mistake? I would have thought Abbey of the Kings. So, I was wrong. Not going for the longbows. So the Abbey of the Kings is the other building to age up, and it is a quick age up. And hence that's why not going for timber. Because you need timber if you're going archers. But now a French teal player coming to the centre. And do you think that they will be just scouting that out? Seeing if that's a good position at the moment to lock in? But running straight on past now. I would suggest Yo-Yo is going to try and get an early castle up on that hill to protect the monk, the priest, whatever it is when he gets up there. But again, we shall see. I might have mentioned before, but if you might have forgotten, I am casting a few games, having some fun. And there is an intention here. Down the track, I wouldn't mind doing some game casting if there was an event on and someone said, hey, Owen, how about you come over and help cast some games? Now, where do I fit into it? Because I am not the most technical person when it comes to these games at all. But I'm a fan of a lot of the good casters, and I do think that myself and Lidacor would make a great team. Because he has all that technical knowledge. But I could bring in the community side to it, the fan side to it, and I could certainly add a fair bit of fun to the casting if I had someone else to bounce off. So there's a suggestion. Let us know. Oh, and maybe, what would be awesome, which would really match my other channel, with the Red Bull tournament happening in London this year. Could you imagine if I got to go to London and do a Jack the Ripper walking tour with somebody? Now, if you are just here for the gaming, that will mean nothing to you. But if you are a fan of my other channel, The Pub Test, you'd understand that reference and think, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I can go over and do a live walk of where all those tragic events happened back in 1888. But back to this game. So we have our king. He's going around with a scout. Now, I'm thinking he's probably trying to go for an economy attack here. But the School of Cavalry is out. So, this will be interesting. But he's doing the same thing. He's coming with the Royal Knight and a scout. So he'll also be trying to snipe some mining. Couple of vills. Not diving into that because there's no villagers there. Now they're both going to hit their bases at about the same time, but now they're parked there. He's not moving in. Is he going to do the same? So we have the exact same strategy by two differing people. He's coming in, he's going for it. Oh, but we've got the two town centres, and the arrows are flooding out. And is the scout going to make it? Oh, he made it out. He made it. He's got virtually absolutely no health. He's got 5 health left, that poor scout. And I think it's time for him to go home. Because, that did not work out well. So, no villagers lost, but still just fucking there. Whoa. We have another knight, but this time going for the mining camp. Oh, the scout went down, went a bit too close to the town centre. I would like to go back and get that replay. But, yeah, he just went a touch too close. Got taken out. So I think Yo-Yo may have been trying to bring the wolf into the teal French players area. Didn't quite make it, but look at these villagers. They are isolated. They are getting smashed. Now, these are pre-recorded too, by the way. I haven't seen these games, but just letting you know. Oh, one villager. Sorry, I'll get back to that. And he's running away. Good call. Because 2 knights, even though he got the king, I don't think that's a good fight to take when you've only got the scout to support you. But he's taking it. But he's going to run. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, but he does now. He's running straight into a town centre, and he has to turn around and run away. Now, what I was going to finish saying, because all we're going to do is watch this horse race, and I think the king... Oh, the king will make it out, but I was... Hang on, I won't. I'll wait until I see if this king gets away. Is he going to make it? I don't think he's going to make it. He's got... Oh, he's regenerating. He's got 12 health. He's fast enough. And the spearmen come in and chase the horses away. So what I was going to say is I am trying to get the kinks out of casting a few games early on. So these are the first few videos, and naturally things will improve. But I will probably do some live streams once I've worked out the bugs in the recording side of it, and then I'll get in and do some live casting where you'll be able to jump in and have a chat as well. Now this, at the moment, will be exclusive YouTube. That is my plan. So, streaming on YouTube. See how it goes. Now these 3 knights. Now I'm going to get toggle. He hasn't seen this wall. He will now. And he's got these villagers isolated. And they've gone down. Now the king has come back. He's being chased around. We've got villagers running around this map, but what I'm surprised about here, just trying to keep up. Oh, you can't take that fight. You've got to go away. But what I'm surprised about is these guys are walling off. I don't quite get that. And Teal is now supply capped at 50 supply. That's not great. Only 5 units. And all of them are here. Oh, so, okay, starting to get a few more army units up now. But they're just about to run into spears, but they do turn around. So the king is able to get in and out. I am just taking a quick refreshment beverage, which is just water. We are seeing some activity in the center of this map. Oh! What are you doing there, poor villager? At least went down gallantly, got the bow and arrow out, and had a crack at the cavalry army just marching towards you. Guys. Now those, archers, I would suggest their ambition was way more than their ability. I think it might be best to park them behind the cavalry and let them take pot shots at the army that's behind it, rather than running out the front. But they did back off, but they've backed way off. Like, come back, boys. Park yourself about here, drag these spearmen up, and you might get a couple. This is what's going to happen now. That's how it's done. Teal is working that out, but we've got a serious amount of spearmen here. And now we are going for a white tower. That will allow, if this goes up, for Yo-Yo to push up the hill. trying to take an engagement here. Oh, this could be bad. This could be the game here if Yo-Yo doesn't hold. And the cavalry are now going after the villagers who are trying to build that white tower. And this will be the critical part to the game. No, the villagers have run away. They have cancelled the tower. But again, Teal is population capped. But interestingly, this time though, their population is way higher than Yo-Yo's. And the cavalry have got themselves in a crossfire of the town centres with the arrows just coming out and taking them down. This is... And he's staying in this meat grinder. Oh, that is not a good trade. And when I say these things too, I don't think that I am being negative or critical of these players. Let me assure you, they're probably playing at a higher level than I do. As I say, it's easy to sit here when you are casting a game and you see what you should be doing. But when you're in the moment, there's so many other things you've got going on, and we're not high-level professional gamers. But it is good to watch regular people like us having a crack, having a go at these games. Now, I think at the moment, our Teal French player has quite the advantage, but only in military. It is interesting that the villager count is about the same, but all these archers coming in, well, they're going to cause a problem if they stay there. But look at what we've got. We've got this defensive landmark now. It's probably even going to take down a fair chunk of this battering ram, but Yo-Yo's going up just to clean it up. Oh, I probably wouldn't have taken that trade. There's a few too many archers and the king is down. I think he was just playing a game of, and I think it almost worked, saying, hey, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Chase me, archers. See what happens. And they almost did turn around and follow him. But for some reason, the cavalry have decided to chase him. What is this one horse going to do? He stops and he's going to take out the archer camp. Except we do have these bludgers coming in, and that did not take long at all. But that has left the archers isolated. But there's enough of them, and we've only got the horsemen, and they are not strong at this point in the game. You really need the gold units. Now, I don't know if it's still used as a term, but I do believe in Age of Empires 2, those light horsemen are known as trash units. I think also these archers are as well. But these bludgers, because they cost gold, well, they're the types of units you want at the moment in this game. We are talking that Yo-Yo has got to Castle Age, but is still only producing the Feudal Age units. And our French player does have the advantage that they can produce these other heavier knights, the Royal Knights, during Feudal Age. And when you see the light horsemen go up against these Royal Knights, they just don't stand a chance. And even running into that mass of archers. And I think Yo-Yo's being baited here because they know they've got to stop these battering rams. And so they're just keen to get up there and try and take him out. But the problem is, you've got to pick your fight. And you need a lot more units to shoot up there. And I know, I've been in that situation. You see that and you get some units and you just want to send them to try and stop what's coming at you. But at this point, you probably need to be sending out something a bit better than spearmen and the light horsemen. Well, now we got some knights coming out, and we definitely need them on the map. That's only the one battering ram, but what is happening over here? The cavalry is running around and finding the loose villagers who are totally isolated. They will not make it back, and therefore, that's not good. Even these 6 spearmen may struggle, but we're going in to have a go. The cavalry do run away. We've got a wolf, we got the spearmen, we got the cavalry. They're all running at each other, but here come the archers. Just, oh my goodness, they're just running up that hill and getting smashed. But a good flanking maneuver here by Yo-Yo. The battering ram was left isolated, and that gets taken out. But don't... Oh. Where are they going? Where are you going, boys? They're not even attack moving. They are just moving across this map. They're going to get surrounded, choked up. Oh, I'm totally baffled. So now we've spread the whole army, and not even stopping to attack. They were just sent across the map. Totally cornered. Well, it's going to go down, but that has left this whole part of the map with no attacking units against Yo-Yo. The problem is, when we look up the top here, 44-6, that is the critical thing. Now, these guys are punching out villagers. They're doing really well economy-wise. Now, this would scare me. If I was in this game, I'm gone, because I rarely ever hit 100 vills. You know, 60 is probably good for me. Both of them are up around that massive saturation of villagers. But the problem Yo-Yo has is this little number here. Not going to be able to stand up against this army. Now, they're both at Castle Age, and I'm surprised we don't have one of these monks taking that sacred site yet and putting the pressure on. If I'm the Teal French player, I'm putting a monk there, and I'm forcing Yo-Yo to come at me. It just puts a different pressure in the game. That defensive tower, that defensive castle is working well, but look at all these bills. Our archers and our veterans. There is just not enough cavalry here for Yo-Yo. Every time they turn around, there's more units coming at them. Is he just going to send them across the map again? See, the odd thing is, it is working. It is taking the pressure off their base. Yo-Yo, by running across the map, you're losing those units, and it may not be the best idea. But if Teal just kept the push on, I think they'd probably take this game. They keep running across the map, chasing those cavalry from Yo-Yo. And I love this. We got lots of people wanting to go for the same gold, except Teal. He's saying, no, thank you. That bank is for us. And we're going to make a deposit. Now, I wonder what happens to that gold that these poor bludgers were carrying. Is that lost forever? And again, another wall. Why are we walling off? And why has no one taken the sacred site? I think we might be seeing the end of this game, and if it is, it will be the last game that I am doing this evening. I will be diving into some more games. No, probably in a couple of days. Just ironing out the kinks of this setup. Gonna see how it goes. If you do enjoy this, make sure you drop a like and subscribe, because this will be YouTube exclusive. So to make sure that you see all of this action, then jump on in. Now, our teal player has reached population limit, which I think will mean this is game over. They have the production almost probably to just reprint their army. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, that's basically meaning if they lost all this, after a few clicks, they'd be able to send all these cavalry back across the map with archers, because they've got siege workshops. They've how many stables? So at least 6 plus our school of cavalry, so 7. And that's a good plan, because if you build too many, you don't have the production to be able to keep it going. And if you don't build enough, it takes too long to replenish your army. Now, Yo-Yo has got the production buildings, and even close to the production, except for... Oh no, they've got the production. They should be punching it out. And we got the trebuchets now launching at the White Tower. And once the White Tower goes down, I would suggest we're going to see GG. The Bills are trying to run to the town centre, but they're just not making it. They are being flooded. Absolutely flooded by the cavalry of Teal. Now, the spearmen are trying to get to the siege, but that trebuchet is well stashed at the back. We are going to see these buildings start rumbling to the ground. And as we see, like, Teal's losing their few units, but it doesn't matter, because they're able to send more and more in. Though, yep, just, that's a rally point, and now Springold's here. They're taking them out even before they can get into the action. And now we've got the Sacred Site. The chance for the Sacred Site victory. It's only 10 minutes. I thought it was 15. Well, there you go. White Tower is down. We have a keep attempting to being built. Running around the map, they're just taking out. Oh, look how many Trebs! Trebs everywhere. Oh, but they're a bit undefended. If these cavalry go up, there's not much there to stop a quick attack. Might be able to snipe a couple. Got one. Got 2! But no, that is good game. We'll just have a quick look at the stats. I just like checking the timeline particularly. So we see Yo-Yo was doing really well, and they just fell behind here. Castle got to the next stage faster, but the pressure that our Teal player was able to keep up just kept him behind. And once you fall behind, it is hard to catch up. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, give us a like, give us a subscribe. I'm Owen, and as always, until next time, be kind to one another.